Okay, see here in perquisites, next we will take perquisite of house. Okay. Okay, now look at this. Assume employer has provided a house to the employee and it is free use. Again, he is not given the ownership. Obviously, house is a big property. Company will not give the ownership. You are allowed to use the house. But the day when you retire, the day when you leave the job, company will take away the house. But till that time, you can use the house free. So tell me, is it a benefit or not? Benefit. And where there is benefit, there can be tax. And this will be taxable. This cannot be exempt. This is not a small thing. You are given house. House is such a valuable property. And people don't have a house only, but you are allowed to use the house free. So it is a big benefit. So it will be taxable. But what amount? Tell me, when you prepare this statement, what amount you will write here? Will you write the cost of the house? See, why will we write cost? House has not become employee's house. He is simply allowed to use it. So the benefit is of use. Benefit is not of the ownership. You are not given the ownership. You are allowed to use. So generally what you will think, whatever is the rent of the house prevailing in the market. Say for example, this house company has given him and its market rent is 1 lakh per month. So what will you think? Oh, 1 lakh per month rent, which I don't have to pay. For me it is free. So the benefit seems to be 1 lakh per month multiplied by 12 lakhs. It looks like that only, right? But it is not like that. First, do you agree? Naturally a student should feel what? That I don't have to pay rent and the rent of that house in the market is 1 lakh per month. So I am able to save 1 lakh per month. So into 12 lakhs. So 12 lakhs looks like a benefit. But here you will not write the rent prevailing in the market. You know what will you write? Look. 10% of salary means whatever is employee's salary, 10% of that you are going to write in the statement. Why, I will explain. But are you finding little weird? It is 10% of salary. Logic I will tell you. But see, let me finish with amount first. Let's assume employee's salary is 25 lakhs. So 25 lakhs is the salary. So 10% of that, 2 lakhs 50,000. So that 2 lakh 50,000 will come in the statement. Why? What is the logic? No, but my question is, rent prevailing in the market is 1 lakh per month. We are not looking at what is the rent in the market. Okay, see, as per the market rent, what was the amount I gave? 1 lakh. See, let's assume 1 lakh is the market rent of this house. Huh? So as per market rent, 1 lakh per month into 12 comes to 12 lakhs. But why are we not writing the market rent and why are we going as per the 10% of salary? Because see, what happens in real life, when company allots you the house, they don't allot you the house according to your status. What happens, whatever houses are there at company's disposal, they randomly give you any house. Many times it happens that an employee is average class, but he is getting a big bungalow. He is getting 3 BHK. What is 3 BHK? 3 bedroom hall kitchen, which is not of his standard. He is given a house which is above his standard. But as an employer, you only think, will I find out the house according to your status? See, companies already have few houses which they own. Now from that, any one house they will allot. Now sometimes the employee is middle class. He is not a very big executive, normal manager or a clerk position. But if company has promised him, we will give you house, we will give you house. So they are not going to see his status and give the house. They will give any random house. So many times it happens that your status is of lower class, but you are allotted a big house. And if we see the market value of the big house, huge tax will come on you. Like in this case only, the rent of the house in the market is 1 lakh, so according to that 12 lakhs. And if employee is asked to pay tax on 12 lakhs, it will be too much. You know what employee will say? I understand if this house I would have taken a rent, I was supposed to pay the rent, but I will not take such a big house on rent. My standard of living is 25 lakh salary. At the most I can shell out 10% of my salary. That I don't have to pay, that money I saved, I agree. But I will not think that I have saved 12 lakhs rupees. See, looking at the class of the house, it looks like he is enjoying a benefit of 12 lakhs. But what employee will say, I would never buy such house. I would never take such house on rent. See my salary is only 25 lakhs. So if I had to pay rent from my salary, at the most I will shell out 10%. Yes, that I don't have to pay, I agree, that is saved. But if you say no, you got a benefit of 12 lakhs, so this way more tax will come on employee, and which government doesn't want. Otherwise, see what will happen, many times employees are allotted a bungalow. The rent of a bungalow will be a big amount, and if he is asked to pay tax on such a big amount, it would be unfair. Okay, see, we understand employee is able to save the rent because of the free house, but we will not tell him that you saved the rent prevailing in the market. He has saved what he could have otherwise paid. What employee would have done, imagine if you are not having the house, will you pay your full salary in rent? Your salary is how much? 25 lakhs. And if you had to pay the rent from your pocket, at the most how much you will pay? 10%. You are not going to spend your whole salary in rent. There are other expenses in life. You have to educate your children, you have to have food at home, there are day-to-day other expenses. So obviously you will not spend your full salary on rent. At the most, from your salary, how much you will spend on rent? 10%. And that 10% comes to 2,50,000. But you don't have to pay that. Why? Because you are getting free house. That means you saved 2,50,000, which you were supposed to pay if company would not have given you a free house. You are supposed to pay 2,50,000, but that amount you saved. Okay, tell me, if government would have told him, see, this house has rent of 1 lakh. Imagine if you had to pay 1 lakh into 12 lakhs. Employee will immediately say, I would never take such house. I will take the house according to my standard. And my standard will not permit that I am earning salary of 25 lakhs and I will spend 12 lakhs on rent. So that's why government is not taxing him based on the market rent. Because that would be unfair. Because market rent is of that actual house, and actual house company will give you randomly. Sometimes a normal employee will get a very big house. It happens. One of my uncle in Mumbai, he is a normal bank employee, he is an officer in bank. It's a real story, huh? He is an officer in bank. He is a normal employee, but he got a flat of 4-bedroom hall kitchen. He works in Dena Bank. Dena Bank was there, remember? It's an old story. So from Dena Bank, he got a house of 4-bedroom hall kitchen. But he is not having that class. Means even richer people are not having that kind of house. But he is a normal bank officer, but still he got that house. So imagine if he is asked to pay tax on the market value. So 4-bedroom hall kitchen, the rent on the market will be too much. So government will not tax based on market rent. Yes, government will tell my uncle, okay, you are an officer in the bank. So what is your salary? From your salary, 10% you would have at least paid on rent. That you don't have to pay. So your money is saved. Money saved is income. Pay tax on that. In short, this is the most important thing we have to learn, that we will not see the rent prevailing in the market. We will see his capacity, and his capacity depends upon his salary. That's why his salary is 10%. See, 10% is just a random. The point is, from my salary, some portion I was supposed to pay in rent, and that some portion is 10, and that I don't have to pay, so that is my saving. Okay. So just remember 10% of salary. Now look, instead of 10%, sometimes you have to take 7.5%. Sometimes you have to take 5%, depending upon the locality in which you are allotted the house. If you are allowed a house in a big city, then 10%. Medium city, 7.5%. Small city, 5%. Now what do you mean by big city, medium, small? No. Here it is like this. Look here. It depends upon this. If employee resides in a city where the population is greater than 40 lakhs, then you will take 10%. But if that city where employee resides has a population of less than equal to 15 lakhs, 5%, greater than 15 lakhs up to 40 lakhs, that means it is a medium city. Not small, not too big. Then the percentage is also moderate. It is 7.5%. So depending upon the population of that city, we will decide. Because see, it's obvious, if employee resides in a very small city, kind of a village, and then will government tell him like this, see employee, if you had to pay rent, you have to pay at least 10% of your salary. Employee will say, why? I am staying in a small town. It's a small village. Here the rents are very cheap. Why would I pay 10% of my salary in the rent? Because it's a small village. Here the houses are available at a cheaper rent. Yes, I understand. At least from my salary, 5% I would have spent on rent. But that I don't have to spend thanks to my boss. So my saving is not 10%, my saving is 5%, because he is residing in a city or a village where the population is too less. Actually, see, it all depends on the population. See, if you see my city, Mumbai, in Mumbai the rents are huge, very high rent. Why? Because city is small, there is lot of population. So many people, everyone is staying in Mumbai. Because of hell lot of population, the rents are very high. Because there is less space, people are more, so rent will increase. So that's why it depends upon the population. So in the question, what will you check? Population. If it is up to 15 lakhs, then 5% of salary. Greater than 15 lakhs up to 40 lakhs, 7.5% of salary. Greater than 40 lakhs, 10% of salary. But if market rent is given in the question, ignore it. Because market rent can be very abnormal, because as I told you, many times you are employee of a normal class, middle class, but you are allotted a big class of house. So we will not see the market rent, okay? Now see, still there are so many things to explain. Huh? Now, this was a situation where company provided its own house. Sometimes, company do not own the house. For you, they have specially rented it. Like for example, you are my employee and I told you, see, now your job is you are in Hyderabad, assume you are in Hyderabad, and I told you that your job is now transferred to Chennai. Means you are working under me only, but you are shifted to my Chennai office. So employee didn't like, employee said, but sir, my family, everyone is in Hyderabad, now I will have to go to Chennai. So what boss said, don't worry, in Chennai I will arrange a house for you. You stay there. But problem is, even I don't have a house in Chennai. I am boss, huh? So what I thought, I will rent a house. I will rent a house in Chennai and give it to my employee. Because see, since I am shifting my employee who is Hyderabad based, I am shifting him to Chennai. It is my duty to provide him the accommodation. But in Chennai, even I don't have a house. So I rented it and I gave the rented house to my employee. And let's assume this is that house in Chennai. And I rented it for 1,30,000. Assume what is 1,30,000? Rent paid by the boss in Chennai. See why I have to pay rent? Because I don't have any property in Chennai. But I have an office where my employee is transferred. So I have to give him a house. So I rented a house in Chennai at a rent of 1,30,000. So this is called company has provided own accommodation or rented? Rented. In such case, you know what will happen? If you go as per 10% of salary, by the way, Chennai population is about 40 lakhs. See, all these big cities have population in crores. Whether you call Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, the population is somewhere in crores. So definitely greater than 40 lakhs. So what will be the percentage? 10% only, right? So 10% of salary comes to how much? 2,50,000. Okay. Now what government will tell him? Listen carefully now. Government will say, see, you are getting a free house in Chennai. If you had to pay rent from your salary, you would have paid 10%. Your salary is 25 lakhs. 10% of that comes to 2,50,000. You were supposed to pay 2,50,000. Your 2,50,000 saved. Employee will immediately say, why? Why would I pay 2,50,000? Am I a fool? The house which boss has given me, for that boss himself is paying 1,30,000. So why would I pay 2,50,000? See, government is making him realize the benefit. See, if you had to pay from your pocket, so from your 25 lakh salary, 10% means 2.5 lakhs you were supposed to pay. But employee will immediately revolt. He will say, why would I pay 2,50,000 for a house for which my boss himself is paying 1,30,000? Feel the figure. And obviously, when boss has rented a house in Chennai, we understand boss is paying. If you are also supposed to pay, obviously you would have paid 1,30,000. So employee will say, don't say my benefit is 2.5 lakhs. I am benefited for 1,30,000. So why would I pay tax on 2,50,000? See, tax is on the benefit. And in such case, if government imposes, no, you pay tax on 2,50,000. You saved 2,50,000. Why? How come I saved 2,50,000? For such house, for which boss only is paying 1,30,000. So even if I would have paid 1,30,000 only. So my saving is 1,30,000. So 1,30,000 will be taxable. But this is if employer has to pay rent. But if employer has provided own accommodation, means sometimes company already have the accommodation at the disposal. Like company has got 2-3 flats in Delhi, 2-3 flats in Bhopal, 5-6 flats in Indore. So from their available flats only they are allotting. Then straight 10% rule. But when company has to rent out, then rent paid has to be seen. Because obviously if company itself is paying a low rent, so if you also were supposed to pay, you would have paid that lower amount only. So that's why tax will be on 1,30,000. But now imagine, same example, I shifted your job from Hyderabad to Chennai, and in Chennai I don't have a house, so I rented, and I rented a very posh flat for which I am paying rent of 7 lakhs. 7 lakhs rent I am paying. Now government will tell employee, wow, you got a house in Chennai for which your boss is paying 7 lakhs. Imagine if you had to pay, you were supposed to pay 7 lakhs. Now employee will say, I am not a fool that I will spend 7 lakhs on house. My salary is only 25 lakhs. At the most I can spend 10% means 2.5 lakhs. Why would I spend 7 lakhs? Yes, boss is paying, boss is rich. My boss is rich. He could afford to arrange a house in Chennai with a rent of 7 lakhs. He is rich. But if I had to take the house with my own money, I would never spend 7 lakhs. I would spend according to my standard, and my standard is 25 lakhs salary, 10% of that 2.5 lakhs. So now 7 lakhs will not be considered. If it is less, we take less, whichever is less. Actually the formula is whichever is less. See, understand my feeling. First I took an example of 1 lakh 30 to show it is less than 2.5 lakhs. Then take less. But then I took an example of company rented a house in Chennai of 7 lakhs. Then 7 lakhs will not be taken. And obviously any employee would say, boss has got lot of money. He rented a house for 7 lakhs, but if I had to pay, I would never pay 7 lakhs. See, any person would spend what? From your income certain portion. Certain means 10%. But 7 lakhs will be too much. So then 7 lakhs will not be considered 2.5 lakhs. So see, actually there is a formula here, read. Rent paid by employer or 10% of the salary, whichever is lower. You understand the meaning of this arrow? This arrow means what? Whichever is lower. Okay. So either rent paid by employer or 10% salary, whichever is lower. Okay. Now look here. If company provides you a rented house, then only we do this, right? But if company has already got 5-6 houses, from that any one house is given to you, then we don't do whichever is less. Then we take straight 10% of salary, right? But see, sometimes before I told you that you will take either 10 or 7.5 or 5%, depending upon the population of the city. But that is when own house is provided. In rented house, it is always 10%. Means in that Chennai example, so Chennai was a big city, anyways 10% we will take. Imagine instead of Chennai, my employee of Hyderabad was shifted to some village. Very small town. Population hardly 2 lakhs. Still, in such case, you will take 10%. See, right now what did I say? In big city, the rents are big. Medium city, rents are moderate. Small city, rents are small. But now what I am saying, in that rented house situation, we will never go according to the population. Means in that Chennai example, even if I transfer your job to some very small city, very small village, then also 10% rule is applicable. Because in rented accommodation, we compare with rent paid by employer. And if someone says, it is a very small village. So if the village or area is very small, rent paid by employer will be small. And anyways, we are not sticking to 10. We are taking whichever is lower. So formula will take care. See, in small cities, the problem is what? The rents are small. And if the rents are small, rent paid by employer will also be small. And we are also seeing the rent paid by employer. See, the formula is out of the two, whichever is lower we are taking. So if the city is very small, if not Chennai, if it's a small village, so obviously in such village, boss could have arranged the house at a very cheaper rent. And we are seeing the rent paid by employer also, no? 10% is the maximum limit. And if the rent paid is less, we are taking less. But see, this is a rented house. If company provides own accommodation, then we have to see according to the population. Because when company gives own accommodation, there is no rent paid. Then company doesn't have to pay rent, na? They already own the accommodation. And then we have to see if the owned accommodation is given in small city, 5%. Medium city, 7.5. Big city, 10%. Depending upon the population. So in short, see, make a chart in your mind like this. Look. Own house, rented house. Company giving you own house, then what to do? Company giving you rented house, then what to do? So if company gives you own house, then depending upon where the house is, small city, 5%, medium city, 7.5, big city, 10% of your salary. That's it. And that amount you will write here, don't forget, in the statement in the outer column. But that is when own accommodation is given. But if company has to rent out, then we don't see the population. Because in the worst case, what will happen? The rent is paid in a very small city, so rent will be automatically small. And we are going to anyways take whichever is lower. So either 10%, but 10 will be fixed there. 10 or rent paid by employer, whichever is lower. Okay. And both the things are equally possible. See, even if I have a big company like Wipro, do you expect Wipro has got houses across the whole country? They have got business across the country, but they have not kept houses everywhere. Sometimes an employee has to work in, say, Kolkata, and their Wipro is having their branch. They have their business, but they don't have an empty flat there. So they have to rent out. So such cases are rented. But if Wipro has to provide an employee a house in Bangalore, so in Bangalore they might be already having properties. So from the own property they give, then depending upon population. But if they rent out, then don't see the population. You will take 10% of rent paid, whichever is lower. But all this is in case of private employees. Government employees, the rule is different. No, it is taxable. Even if a government employee gets a house, he has to pay tax, because house is not a small thing. It's a big benefit. People die for house. Here you are getting a free house. So even for government employee, providing free house will be taxable. But here the amount will be what? Rent as per government rules, which is very bare minimum. As per government rules, the rents are very less. Like see, in Hyderabad, you take a house on rent. Actually, people charge huge rent, because that is according to market. But as per government rules, the rents are very less. And now what is the rent as per government rule, that you are not supposed to know. But even government has got rules for rents. And as per government rules, the rents are very nominal. And that amount will become taxable for the employee, which will be a small amount only. See, market rent will be big amount. But as per government rules, the rents are very less. Like many times in the market you find, for a house people are paying 1 lakh rent. But as per government rule, hardly 10-15,000 is the rent. But what prevents in the market, people who are helpless, they have to pay that much rent. But as per government rules, the rent are less. See, why I am talking about government rules? For government employee, rent as per government rule will be taken in the outer column. Because see, house is not a money. It is house. So you are enjoying the house. But in the statement, you have to write money, money, money. So what money to write, that's what I am explaining. So see the summary of what I have explained. Look at the chart. If house is provided to government employee, what is the rule? Firstly, are you noticing taxable amount? Because it is taxable. And taxable amount means what you will write in the outer column. Rent as per government rule. And here student doesn't have to remember, it will be given in the question only. But usually they never ask a question on government employee. Everything becomes simple. Even in gratuity, leave salary, everything was fully exempt. And even this will become simple. Rent as per government rule, they have to give it in the question only. You have to simply copy. So usually they will not create a question of government employees. But for other employees, other means private sector. Can you tell me why 2 arrows are there? Yes, own accommodation, rented accommodation. So see, if company provides own house, see own house is possible when employee was to be given house and in that city company is already having house. So it's good. So from their available properties, if they have to give something, then the rule is 7.55%, 10% of the salary. But if company has to Rent and accommodation, and that is possible. Like my example, you are shifted to Chennai, but company is not having any property in Chennai, so they had to rent it. So that is called rented house. And then what is the rule? Tell me without looking. 10% of salary or rent paid by employer, which is less. In short, these three things I have explained. Okay, I'll tell you my experience. What mistakes students do, you know? Students are not able to decide whether to follow this rule or this rule. How will you come to know whether it is own house or rented house? In the question they will mention company has to pay rent. Once you see, oh, company has to pay rent, then it is rented house. But only if they write that. Huh? If the problem is silent, always take it as an own house. See, government employee, it is easy to identify, they will write. But the confusion starts between what you know, whether it is own or rented. So that's what I'm saying, nothing is given, it is always. For rented house, they will tell you rent paid by employer. Okay, now, this is the rule if you are given an empty house. Empty means vacant. There is nothing in the house. Now imagine employee is provided a furnished house. Means along with the house there is sofa, dining table, television, air condition, music system, microwave. Everything is there, well furnished. So tell me, your benefit is increasing, your happiness is increasing or going down? It's increasing. So the more benefit you feel, the tax will also increase. Where there is benefit, there is tax. So now this amount you will have to add something. Can you guess what you will add? Tell me, why did your benefit increase? Because it is a furnished house, not just house, it is with furniture. So you will have to add the value of furniture, depreciation of the furniture. Because see, you cannot take the cost of the furniture. You are not given furniture on ownership. Company has given you TV, washing machine, sofa, etc. in the house, but that is for using. Later on, company will take away everything. But till the time you use, you are enjoying company's television, company's sofa, company's dining table. So whenever you are using, boss will feel the depreciation. Then my TV, fridge, washing machine, sofa is being depreciated. An employer's cost is employee's benefit. So depreciation will be added here. And if the house has a furniture which boss have hired, see, sometime it happens, employee will complain, what house you have given, sir? It is completely empty. Where will I sit? There is no sofa, no dining table. Company will say, okay, don't worry, I will do something. I will hire the furniture. And they hire and give it to the employee. So the hire charge is paid by employer. The same thing we have studied. But there, you know, it was only assets were allowed to use. Here it is along with the house you are using it. So whether you are separately given an asset to be used or along with the house, the rule will be the same. So see what I have done here, look. Read. Add value of furniture. Can you read what is written? Depreciation at the rate of 10% on cost or higher charges paid by employer. Okay. And see, this is a common rule. Huh? Whether it is a government employee case, own house case, rented house case, this rule remains the same. That is why, see what I did. I have combined these arrows. I have merged the theory into common chart. Because this rule is common whether it is a government employee or any other case. Okay. And tell me why it is added? Because your benefit has increased. Now, imagine boss tells you, you use this house, use this furniture also, but don't expect completely free. Huh? You will have to pay at least some amount. Boss is charging you something. Means he has given you the nice house, he has given a furniture also in that, but he is not giving you completely free. Boss is charging some nominal rent. So tell me, listening to this, your happiness will increase or it will go down? It will go down, so you will less it. What you will less? Rent charged by the boss. See here. Less rent charged by the employer. And it happens. Many times, company will give you a nice house. Everything well furnished. But company will say it is not totally free. Huh? At the same time, I will not charge exorbitant amount. But some amount you will have to pay. But whatever, even if you have to pay little bit, say 1,000 rupees also every month, your benefit is reducing. And benefit reduces, so tax will also reduce. See, understand the concept, the tax is on the benefit. The more benefit you get, the taxability will rise and vice versa. See, when you heard about furniture, you felt more happy. So it was add. But when you came to know that boss is charging, shit, so benefit went down. So you less it. In one chart I have completed everything. One day if you have a time na, you go through the study material, you will go mad. They have given pages and pages on this, which I have summarized in one single chart. House, government employee, other employee. Government employee rent as per government rules. Other employee, two parts. Own house, rented house. Own house 5%, 7.5%, 10% of salary depending upon the population. Okay. And rented house, don't see the population. In the question they will purposely give you population to confuse you. But in rented house don't see the population. 10% of salary or rent paid by employer, whichever is lower. Okay. And then whatever may be the case, for furniture there is a standard rule. 10% depreciation on cost. And if it is a hired furniture, higher charges paid by employer. Because the rule is employer's cost is employee's benefit. And then minus rent charged by employer. If boss charges you something, it will be reduced. Okay. Now the next question is, what is salary? Generally what you think, salary means basic salary, DA in terms, turnover commission. No. Here the definition is broad. Your salary includes what? Look at the screen, something will come up now. Bada bakkam. Salary means, this is my code word, keyword. Bada bakkam. This is the meaning of salary. I will tell you why this kind of definition, but first guess the full forms. B for basic salary. Very good. Keep checking. DA in terms. Not in terms, not in formula. DA in terms. Other taxable allowances. Other means other than DA. Huh? Already there is DA over here, which is also an allowance. Other means other than DA. And all allowance you will take. Each and every allowance will be taken in the formula. Reason I will tell you. Then B stands for bonus. C for commission. M stands for other monetary incomes but not perquisites. Read. Other monetary incomes excluding perquisites. Don't take perquisites in bada bakkam. Now can you tell me, up till now whenever we thought of salary, it was only basic, DA in terms, turnover commission. But here why everything is taken? Practically everything is taken. What is not being taken is perquisites. Otherwise you tell me, when I say other monetary income, other means everything. Everything you have to take. Not perquisites. Why? See here, what did I say? Tell me, 10% of salary. What was the logic of 10%? In the beginning I told you the house has a market rent of 1 lakh per month. Okay, but then what government says, we will not see the market rent. We will see your capacity. And for capacity we saw his salary. We told him, see dear employee, if you had to pay rent, so from your salary at least 10% you would have spent. And how much you would spend on rent, that depends upon your capacity. And every human being has a different capacity. For example, you are earning salary in crores. So you will have more capacity to spend on rent. And if your salary is very less, your capacity will be less. So your capacity was being seen, that if today you had to pay rent according to your capacity, you would have paid 10% of a salary. So it was all measurement of his capacity. And your capacity depends upon all items of salary. It doesn't only depend upon basic and DA. It depends upon everything. If you are getting some other allowance also, it is becoming your income. And if something becomes my income, it is becoming my capacity. See, basic DA something will be a small amount. But my monthly salary check is big. It includes basic, DA, helper allowance, conveyance allowance, this allowance, that allowance. Everything which I am getting, it is making my capacity. And the logic was that only here, that if you had to pay rent from your capacity, you would have paid 10% of a salary, and the salary will be everything. Perquisites are not taken, because perquisite gives you happiness, but it doesn't leave some money at your disposal to spend. Tell me, you decide your expenditure based on a monthly salary check. Tell me, if you are an employee, if you have to decide whether to buy a new television or new thing, you will decide based on your monthly salary. You will not say, no, company is giving me lunch also in canteen, company is giving me this also. See, these are giving you happiness. But does these amounts help you in deciding your expenditure? No. You plan, like I also plan my expenditure, whether I should go for foreign trip or not. So all that expenses I will plan based on my cash salary. Perquisite doesn't give me cash. They give me happiness, free lunch. My bills employer is paid. So these are benefits, but they are not my cash salary. And we are measuring his capacity, which can be best just with the cash salary and not with the perquisites. Okay. And see, perquisite, even monetary perquisite you will not take. Because in monetary perquisite what will happen? For your bill, company paid the money. But that money went in bill. It's reimbursement. Like you paid medical bills. So you paid, then you reimbursed, na? So after all, boss is giving money, but it is spent also, na? See, we want something which is leaving cash in hand. And that is not with the help of perquisite. Perquisite will never leave cash in hand. Even if it is the monetary perquisite, it is first spent then reimbursed. What leaves cash in hand is other than perquisites. So that's why take everything but not perquisites. See, if you understand the funda, you will be convinced. And the funda was this only, that we are measuring his capacity. That if he had to pay rent from his pocket, we want to see what is his strength. And your strength is not just basic and DA, it's your full salary. So see, everything is taken. But see, here there is something illogical made by the law. Everything is being taken, but DA in terms only. Not in terms they are not taking. When each and every item law is saying you take, except perquisite, then why not DA not in terms? Tell me, DA in terms is a constant DA, not in terms fluctuates according to inflation. It doesn't go as per the terms. Remember the explanation? But after all, dearness allowance is also your income. And see, in earlier formulas, we were taking only DA, so we were selective in terms. But here tell me, when every allowance is being taken, see here, what do you mean by the other taxable allowance? All allowance you have to take. But then DA only in terms. It's weird. Means it is something not logical. But anyways, we cannot argue with government. You change it. They will change the law whenever they want. But as a teacher, it is my duty to point out the defect in the law. So there is a defect. The law says don't take DA not in terms. But it makes no sense. When each and every item you are taking, see at the end, other monetary income is everything you have to take. So when everything is being taken, so even DA should be taken, both the types. So this is little funny in the law, But anyways, what will you do in exam? Tell me. In terms, in formula, not in terms, not in formula. Which I don't accept. It is proper rule, but we cannot change the law. We are not government. We have to accept it. Tell me what to do with Bada Bakam. What is this? First you have to calculate Bada Bakam, and then this rule you have to follow. 5%, 7.5%, 10% of the Bada Bakam. And here also 10% of the Bada Bakam. And rent paid by employer, which is less. So in every sum, first you will have to calculate Bada Bakam. And then this chart will come into play. Okay. Now see here. Later you will realize this Bada Bakam working is so important. If that is successfully solved, your job is done. So tell me what care you will take in Bada Bakam. Don't take perquisites. This is first care you have to take. DA also in terms. Don't take not in terms. Now, there are 4 more important points which you have to take care in Bada Bakam. See, take the theory of Bada Bakam very seriously, because once Bada Bakam is successfully computed, your work is done. Thereafter multiplying by 5%, 7.5, that's not a big deal. Main working is Bada Bakam. So see here, in Bada Bakam there are 4 points. Have patience. In Bada Bakam, you will take only current salary, current. No past, no future, only present. It's the latest salary only, but we will not take past item, we will not take future item. Like many times advance salary you get now. Advance salary pertains to the current year or future year. But you receive now, and it is taxable also. In the main statement you take it. Bada Bakam you won't take it. Similarly, arrears. Sometimes you get arrears of past dispute. So in main statement you take it taxable, but in Bada Bakam you will not take it, because Bada Bakam is very strict, only present, no past, no future. Why? See, tell me, everything is what we are basically doing, we are measuring his capacity. Basically, why are we taxing based on salary? Because we are saying, if you had to pay rent from your pocket, how much you would have paid? That depends upon your salary. So tell me, sometimes in your salary you get some big arrears. Means for 5-6 years dispute was going on. What dispute? Increase my salary. You forgot the explanation of arrears? Many times employees fight for the increment. Increase my salary, increase my salary. So imagine for 5-6 years dispute was going on. And suddenly in the current year dispute is settled. So apart from the current year salary, you will get a big arrears. And that will show as if you are a rich person. But is this reality? Arrears has suddenly come. My reality is my current salary. And many times it happens that future advance salary I have taken now. So in this year I will look rich, because I got current year salary also, advance also I received. So this year I will look rich, but am I rich? No. See, whether I am rich or poor, that depends upon my current salary. Suddenly when you take advance salary in some need, so you will receive the salary from the boss. Boss will not say no, but it has suddenly increased your salary in this year. Na? Same goes with arrears. That's why see, your real standard depends upon your current salary which you get from year to year. If suddenly you get arrears, which is a past amount, which is not that frequent, and suddenly you get advance salary, which is also not that frequent, you have to ignore it. Ignore means don't ignore in the main statement. Huh? This is going to be my working note. In this working you will not take advance and arrears. And one more thing, bonus. Many times 5 years old bonus you are receiving now. Now because you received now, you have to pay the tax. But tell me, will you take it in Bada Bakam? No, because it pertains to past. Suddenly 5 years old bonus you received this year, so this year your salary will shoot up. But that is wrong picture. Na? The real picture is, ignore that past bonus. Yes, current bonus will be taken. In short, see, bonus also when will you take? It should be current plus received also, huh? Because bonus is regarded as income only when received. Until received, it is just a dream. Boss might fool you. He might not give you the bonus also. So bonus also should be taken. Firstly, it should be present and received also. No past, no future, only current year. That means ignore arrears which pertains to past. Ignore advance salary which pertains to future. But I repeat, ignore only in the working note. Huh? In the main statement we also write arrears, we write advance salary, even we write past bonus which is received now, taxable on receipt basis. Next point. See, main statement when you prepare, you write everything for 12 months. But valuation of house should be only for that many months for which you are allowed to use. For example, look here, employee was given the house on 1st of July. Before that, company did not give him house. Maybe suddenly he got a promotion, and when you get promotion, your benefits increase. So maybe during the year he got promotion, and from 1st to July he was allotted the house. See, I am not saying he has joined on 1st July. He is working since so many years. So he received this salary for full 12 months. But he got the house only for 9 months from 1st July. So when the house is only given for 9 months, so Bada Bakam should be of 9 months. Means what will you see? During this 9 months, what was your Bada Bakam? Of that you will take 5%, 7.5%, 10% depending upon the case. Okay. So see, what does the second point say? Period should be the period when the house is occupied. Only during the period when the house was occupied, only that many months Bada Bakam should be taken. But again I am saying this is in the working note. Huh? Main statement you will take the salary for 12 months. But since house is given for 9 months, Bada Bakam also for 9 months. Third point, provident fund items should not be taken. Employer's contribution to provident fund, interest on provident fund will never be taken in Bada Bakam. Because see, when employer contributes in provident fund, interest is credited in provident fund, you feel the happiness, wow, my provident fund is growing. But are you getting it now? Can you plan your rent expenditure with that? See, basically here the logic is what? If I had to pay rent from my pocket, how much would I pay? So obviously to pay the rent, I will depend upon my cash salary. Provident fund contribution gives me happiness, but they will not give me the money now with which I plan the rent. Provident fund you get at the end. That's why law says don't take provident fund contributions, whether it is employers or interest. See, employees contribution is anyways ignored, but employer contribution, interest, minus 12% balance amount comes, interest 9.5 cross multiply. So in the main statement you do whatever is taught to you, but in Bada Bakam completely ignore these items. Okay. Last point, imagine an employee is working in two companies, X Limited, Y Limited. Is it possible? Yes, it happens many times. You are doing double timing. Morning shift, X Limited. Evening shift, Y Limited. Double job because he is in need of money. He wants more income, he wants more salary, so he is doing double job. But X Limited gave him the house. Y Limited did not provide him house. Salary both are giving. What is the salary in X Limited? 2 lakhs. Salary from Y Limited? 3 lakhs. But who is giving house? X Limited. So tell me, when you take that 5%, 7.5% or 10% of Bada Bakam, so which salary you will take in Bada Bakam? X Limited salary or X and Y both? Although house is given by X Limited, but you will take both the salary. Because see, a person working in two places, His capacity is increasing. See, everywhere is boiling down to the same logic. What was the logic of 10% of salary? Yes, if I had to pay the rent from my pocket, so what is my capacity? So obviously if I work at two places, my capacity is double. No one will judge me with my 2 lakh salary. 2 lakhs for X limited, huh? People will judge me with 2 lakhs plus 3 lakhs. 5 lakhs. So 5 lakhs will be taken in Bada Bakka. Let's assume this is the basic salary, huh? So 2 lakhs basic salary of X limited, 3 lakhs basic salary of Y limited. You have to combine and then find out that percentage, 5%, 7.5, 10%. So see, last point was what in Bada Bakkam you have to take all employers. See, in the main statement also, if there are multiple jobs, you write combined in the main statement. Up till now, we have not come across such question. Huh? Up till now, whatever sum is solved, you are working at one place only. By chance, if someone is working at three places, in the statement also you will write everything combined. All basic salary of 3 jobs, dearness and also 3 jobs, everything is combined. And even in Bada Bakam, you will take combined. Although the house is given by X limited, but for measuring Bada Bakam, you will take X's salary also, Y's salary also, both you will combine. So that's it. These 4 points to remember, plus you remember the full form of Bada Bakam. See, Bada Bakam, you just remember this much also is sufficient. We will not take perquisite, that's it. And DA not in terms. And also see, retirement benefits will also not come. Huh? Gratuity, pension, provident fund. Why? Because that is received after retirement. And after retirement, company takes away the house. And anyways, right now, what did I say? Only the period during which house is occupied. Only that period's salary we have to take. But tell me, after retirement, will you occupy the house? No, company will take away. See, the moment you retire, imagine the last day in your company, company will give you send off. Next day, house is taken back. You are allowed to use the house as long as you work. But once you retire, the house is taken away. Why I am talking about this? Because see, some students have asked me, sir, will we take gratuity here? Because gratuity is a monetary income. And it is not even a perquisite. So will we take gratuity? No, because gratuity you get when? After retirement. And here what did I say? Only the period during which you are using the house. Only that period's item you have to take. But gratuity you got after retirement when you are not even using the house. Okay. So automatically gratuity, voluntary retirement compensation, the items which you get post retirement. That items will not be taken because after retirement your house less. And we want to see the period when you are in the house, when you are occupied the house. Okay. So see, if this is thorough, you can always successfully compute Bada Bakam. And once Bada Bakam is computed, next job is what? Tell me. Next what to do? It will come here. Yes. But rented house it is always 10%. Now see, we will immediately take one question. And the question is extra question. After leaving some space for writing the question, prepare the statement. So see, what is the first point? Basic salary 7,000 per month. So multiply by 12 months. So that comes to how much? 84,000. Then next point, DA in terms. See, in the main statement you should not bother. In terms, not in terms, everything is taxable. So 2,000 into 12, 24,000. Arrears of salary. Arrears will be taxable. What you should think? In past there was dispute. And because of dispute we didn't even pay the tax. But now since we received, after settlement of dispute we have to pay the tax. See, in Bada Bakam I told you no past, no future. But in Bada Bakam, In the main statement, follow the rule as usual. Arrears will be taxable. Then what about advance salary? Even advance salary is taxable, 14,000. Wait, bonuses of 1920 received in 24-25. See, although it is 1920, but it is received now. So taxable now. It is taxable on receipt basis, 25,000. He is provided with a flat in Delhi. Fair rent of the house is 12,000 per month. You know what is fair rent? Market rent. Fair means proper rent in the market is 12,000 per month. But see, nowhere in our theory we saw market rent. I have taught the full theory of house. Is anywhere we require the rent prevailing in the market? No. So it is for confusion. Cost of furniture 2 lakhs. WDV 1,50,000. You know why cost of furniture is given? To calculate 10% depreciation. And that 10% is not on WDV. It is on cost. 10% per annum on cost. So WDV is useless information. See, I always tell you, don't go as per sum. Go as per our system. And my system is this thing. Strictly follow the chart. And then see what is required in the question, you take it. In this sum, sometimes they give you useless information also. So WDV is useless. Then what is this rent charge from employee? Rent charge from employee. Company is charging rent. So this will increase your happiness, or it will reduce your happiness? It will reduce. So this is this thing. This last thing. Rent charged by employer. This will come at the end. So tell me, now follow the chart. Tell me in this question, are you government employee or other employee? Other employee. Now tell me, is it own house or rented house? What did I say? If it is rented house, they will write rent paid by employer. Just check for that. In the question, have they said rent paid by employer? See, this was rent charged from employee. Is your boss paying rent? No. So if boss is not paying rent, so it is boss's own house. So I will follow the theory of own house. So this track you have to follow now. So now tell me here, what is the rule? 5%, 7.5%, 10% of salary, that depends upon this population. So I want to see the population information in the question. But in the question they have given Delhi. And see, these big cities have got population in crores. See, at least whenever they give Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata and Chennai, they will expect that you understand this much. See, you are not supposed to know the population of so many cities in the country. At least Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, there the population is in crores. So then you have to understand it will be definitely more than 40 lakhs. And there the percentage is 10%. So tell me, how will I do? 10% of what? Bada Bakkam. I will have to calculate Bada Bakkam first. So in our working note, first we will calculate Bada Bakkam. Then you will take 10%. And then you will add furniture value. Then you will minus this. All this you will present in a working note. First I have written here value of house. And can you see I have kept the space blank? And here note 1 means working note. First I will calculate Bada Bakkam. Then I will calculate 10%. Then furniture value. Then rent charged by employer. See, this same thing is explained to you in the chart. So first see, this is a standard format. After some time, you will be so used to it. The moment you see house in the question, you will immediately start calculating Bada Bakkam. And once you calculate Bada Bakkam, you calculate the percentage on that, 5%, 7.5 or 10. And if it is a rented house, then 10% only. And in rented house, you have to compare with rent paid by employer, which is less. And then furniture, and then less rent charged by employer. So this is a standard format only. So do one thing. First you write here value of house, in bracket note number 1. And you know one very important point, always consider house as the last item in the statement. First you should finish other things. You know why? Because if house working is kept at the end, you can nicely calculate bada bakkam. Otherwise, see, in this question, house is given at the end only. But sometimes in the middle of the question, they will start talking about house. But what will you do? Keep it at the end. In house, you have to anyways exclude perquisites. In house valuation, we don't take perquisites. Huh? Anyways, in this question, the point is given at the end only. Then you leave the space for totaling, deduction under section 16. Then come to the working note. Right, note 1, valuation of house. Valuation of house. This working will always start with bada bakkam. So start. Firstly, in bada bakkam, what is B? Basic salary. So basic salary, how much it was? So now you pick up the amounts from the main statement. Huh? Don't pick up the amounts from the question. Because see, if you start searching in the question, it will become a mess. Anyways, this per one figure we don't, we want full. So best is to search from the statement. So basic salary is 84,000, write 84,000. Then comes DA in terms. In our question, DA was in terms. So take it 24,000. See, I will write every item of bada bakkam. If not there, I will write nil. For the sake of format, write complete format. Then BD bada bakkam. What was A? Other taxable allowance. Search in the question. Is there any allowance? See, searching becomes simple if house is kept at the end. Imagine if house was there in the middle, and if you start solving, you will not be able to search also. Because now I have to search items of bada bakkam. And the search will become successful if house is kept at the end. So now you search, is there any allowance? No, but still you will write. But amount column, dash. Other taxable allowances, dash. Bada bakkam. What is B? Bonus. Bonus was there in the question. But this is 1920. And what did I say? No past, no future, only present. When did I explain this point? Here. Important points, first point. So bonus, because it pertains to past, I will not take it. But still you will write here, but amount column, dash. Then in bada bakkam, what is next? Commission. Do you have any kind of commission in the question? Not there, dash. Other monetary incomes. Now see, in other monetary income, you have to take anything but not perquisites. You have to scrutinize the whole statement and check, is there any monetary income? Let us check. Basic salary we have taken, DA we have taken. Arrears is monetary income, but it is specifically excluded. Advance salary is also monetary income. Technically it is a monetary income. In bada bakkam, what is M? Monetary income. But because the rule says no past, no future, I will not take. Bonus we already decided. So in short, this way you have to check. By chance if you find some monetary income, you have to consider it. Very rarely you will find anything in monetary incomes. In other monetary incomes, I will always ask you to search. You will also always search, but you will rarely find. You know, actually why government has written this other monetary income, you know, because in real life anything is possible. Basically what government wants to say, take everything. Mostly people will get what? Basic, DA, allowances, bonus, etc. This is enough. But by chance if some employee says, I am getting some more things, so take it. Everything we want to take except perquisites. But in the question you will rarely find other monetary incomes. This you will find frequently, these items. Commission also you rarely find. But this monetary income which I am saying, this you will very rarely find. I am just sharing my experience, but then don't jump to the conclusion it's not there only. It is better to always check in the answer. So I checked. In the statement I checked, I could not find any monetary income. So now I am confident and I will put dash. What is the total? 1,08,000. This is bada buck-up. Now what to do? 5%, 7.5 or 10%? 10 because New Delhi. Delhi means population is in crores. So more than 40 lakhs. So see what I have done here. Write the total first 1,08,000 multiply by 10%. You know what is the meaning of this? If employee had to pay rent from his pocket, he is having salary of 1,08,000. So from that 10% he would have paid, but that he doesn't have to pay because he is getting a free house. See, first you have to assume free. Actually it is not free. Boss is charging something. Look, boss is charging something. But first you have to assume as if it's free. If boss is charging, we will reduce it later on. So you should feel like this. If employee had to pay the rent from his pocket, so from his salary at least 10% he would have paid, but that he doesn't have to pay, that's his benefit. And his benefit will be taxed. In fact, he is getting more benefit because inside the house there is furniture also. What is the value of furniture inside the house? Value is 2 lakhs, but we will not take full 2 lakhs. Because employee is not transfer the furniture for ownership purpose. It is just he is allowed to use. And when you use something, it gets depreciated. So take depreciation of that. What is the depreciation rate? 10% of 2 lakhs. That comes to 20,000. So now you will add what? Add value of furniture. Did you see? WDV was given for confusion purpose. It is 10% per annum on cost. Total is 30,800. But this is if it is completely provided free. But is it totally free or you have to pay something? How much boss is charging? 1,400 per month. So multiply by 12. So to that extent your benefit reduces. So then what is the taxable value? 14,000. So 14,000 is the benefit which he is enjoying. This you will write where? In the outer column. See, I have already written 14,000. See, valuation of house is treated as a big theory, and we have done it. It's over. Then total of gross salary, 2,01,000 gross salary getting, less deduction under section 16, 50,000 standard deduction, 1,51,000 taxable income from salaries. Okay, do one thing. Give me the answer of this question. We are not solving the question. You just give me the answer orally. 7.5%. Wow, great. You are fooled. Why are you looking at the population? Don't go as per the sum. Go as per the system. You read this, you should read upar se, means from surface level. Then you have to follow my notes. Go as per this chart. Is he government employee or other employee? Do that formality of checking. In this question, is he government employee? No. So is other employee? Now I will check. It is own house or rented house? How do I know? See, rent paid by employer means your boss has to pay rent. So it's a rented house. And once it is a rented house, 10% of salary irrespective of the population. But they had given population to confuse you. So how will you do? 10% of salary or rent paid by employer, whichever is less. Then for furniture, they have not given anything. Can you see? Ignore it. And then what about this? Nothing, because it is rent free. Free means free. Nothing is charged. See here it was written, it was rent free. See, I purposely asked you to try this, because I want to hammer on one thing. Don't go as per the sum. Go as per the system. This full chapter are given in the form of charts. Whatever charts are given, you think as per that, you will be trusted. You means that you can trust on the chart, you will always be safe. But if you go as per the question, you will be fooled. Come light, come light. House is done. What is remaining? Car facility and transfer. So I will take car facility now. Even this is a big theory. Tell me why house and car is treated as a big theory. These are the biggest perquisite. Every employee has a dream that when I also do job in a company, I should get a flat from the company, I should get a car from the company. These are the biggest perquisites. So house we have done, now next is car. Now see, the theory of car is also very interesting. In car facility, look, there are 4 possibilities. In car facilities, there are 4 possibilities. In my Hindi batch, you know what I say? Car mein 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 cases. Okay. Try one by one. Either the car is given for fully office use. Fully office means, okay, now imagine, boss tells you, keep this car keys. Use it, but only for office work. So this is case 1. Second case is office to residence. Means for your pickup and drop, company has arranged a car. Okay. Means every time when you have to come to the office, a company's driver comes with a car, he picks you up, drops in the office, and after the office is over, he will drop you back to your home. So for your office and residence journey, car is kept. And then car for fully private use means, this is as if it's your own car. Company has told you, keep this BMW. This is car key, keep this BMW, it will be at your disposal. You do whatever you want as if it's your own car, fully private. But it is not transferred to your ownership is not given. You can use it as if it's your own car, but company will take back. When will company take back? Whenever they want. If not after some time, then at least after retirement, you will have to return the car to the company. But till that time, you can use it, and it's complete private use. Then last case is, means you are allowed to use the car, you can use it in your private life. Plus you have to do some office work also. Means it is a mixed use, partly office, partly private. So now tell me one by one the effect of all. Common sense. With common sense you try. Fully office, no benefit, no tax. Imagine you should take it on you only if company gives you car and company say this is only for office use, no personal work, only office use. Then it is not a benefit. And anyways, perquisite means what? Perquisite. And the word perquisite has come from personal benefits. Only when you get some personal benefit, it's a perquisite. But here are you getting personal benefit or it's for office work? It is not even a perquisite. That's why see what I have written, no benefit, no tax. It is fully exempt. Then office to residence, yes, this is a benefit. People have to struggle to travel in metro. Some people come to office in buses. Some come by Ola, Uber. They have to struggle. But for employee, there is a ready car. They will always pick up and drop. This is a benefit you have to appreciate. But it is not a big benefit. You are not given the car for complete private use. It is only for pick up and drop. This much company has to do, na? For big employees, at least company provide them such facility that their pick up and drop is arranged. See, for VIP employee, there is a car to pick up and drop. And for general employees, company's bus is there. Have you heard about company's bus where all the employees are picked up and dropped? So this is a normal benefit. It will not be taxed. Even this is fully exempt. But this is an amazing benefit. Imagine if you also get a car, full time the car will be parked in your building. People will say, wow, you got a car? And you only know it's not your car. It's your company's car. But you are using the car as if it's your own car. Then you are getting full benefit. Now it will be taxable. And even partly office, partly private, even that will be taxable. Because see, although you have to do some office work, but you are also allowed to use the car for personal use. You can take your wife and children and you can roam here and there anywhere with your family. Plus you have to do office work also. So in both the cases it will become taxable. But this will become fully taxable. This will become partly taxable. But both will be taxable. But these two cases are fully exempt. Okay. Now can you tell me, how will you treat this car? Imagine you are given a car for full private use. See, in this statement, will you draw a car? In this statement, we prepare an amount column where we have write the amount. So what amount you will write? Same depreciation at the rate of 10% per annum on cost. Because see, if you use my car, you are enjoying. But what is my pain? My car is being depreciated. It was a brand new car. Now this employee will use it badly. It will get depreciated. So what is my loss? Depreciation. And as I said, employer's cost is employee's benefit. So depreciation. And if I give you a car which is not even my own car, I have hired it, then hire charge is paid by employer. Now you will say this was a normal thing. But in car there are extra things also. Petrol. Imagine I gave you the car, petrol also I am filling for you. Petrol, repairing, insurance, all your running and maintenance expense is paid by the company. So then your benefit will increase. Firstly, you are using boss's car, you are depreciating it. Plus petrol also, boss is providing, so your happiness will increase. Plus boss is providing a driver also. Boss is saying you don't know how to drive the car. You will meet an accident. I will give you a driver. So wow, driver is also given. So benefit will increase. In short, three things you have to add. One is the basic depreciation. Then second is petrol, etc. Third is the driver. All this will become your benefit. Assuming everything is sponsored by the company. If you have to drive on your own, you have to fill the petrol on your own, then only depreciation will come. See here. First what I have taken, see, depreciation will definitely come. Because see, whether you fill the petrol, whoever fills, you are using boss's car, that means you are depreciating his car. So depreciation is the cost of the employer, but it is a benefit for you. So depreciation will always come, or higher charges, as the case may be. Then plus running and maintenance expense if, what do you mean by if paid by employer? Only if company says your petrol etc. will be paid by us, then only you will add. But if your boss says no, petrol you fill, I have given you the car, enjoy the car. Petrol you will have to fill, repairing, insurance, all expenses you will have to bear. Then don't add that. But if company provides running and maintenance expense, then you will add. What about driver? If paid by employer, then only you will add. So actually see, the rule was basic only thing is because it is car, two more things came here. Otherwise you are used to the concept of depreciation. That I have told you in the use of movable asset theory. Same thing came in the valuation of house also. Only thing in house you are given furniture. But there also the rule was same. Here you are getting a car. Everywhere if you use boss's property, you have to take depreciation. But in car the extra thing is running and maintenance expense and driver salary also. Okay. Tell me what to do with this amount. Yes, let's assume this amount comes to 50,000. So where will you write? Outer column. See like this. Imagine the answer You will write what? Free use of car for fully private use. And this total, see, example means I have assumed my own figure. Huh? Whatever is this total will come here as 50,000. It can be 40, 70, anything, it will come here. Okay. So this is car for fully private use. Now the big tension is this thing. Can you guess how the treatment will be of car for partly office, partly private? Partly office, partly private means you will do the same thing, but you will divide by 2. See, divide by 2 means she is innocently assuming the car is half used private, half office. So, divide by 2 is wrong. But one thing is sure, that you should divide in the proportion. How much proportion is private use? How much proportion is office use? Because see, if you are allowed to use the car for office work, that is not a benefit. Tell me, if I give you a car and I say, do my work, do some office work, then you're not enjoying. It's a duty performed. But if you're using the car, you're going with your family, children, you're going for a movie, shopping, then that is a benefit, no? So see, here it was fully private, so it was fully taxable. Now it will be fully private or partly private? So it will be partly taxable. So that means it will be the same thing. But this you will have to apportion between how much is private and how much is office. And only private component will be taxable. But you know, it is so difficult. How will you bifurcate? Forget the question, reality, tell me. Be little practical. Imagine I have given you a car, a BMW car. You are using in your personal life also, plus for office work also. Tell me how to find out how much you drove the car for private work and how much for office work. Actually, it depends upon kilometers. See, use of car is decided by the kilometers. See, if I tell you in my car 1 lakh kilometers have been driven, so you will come to know so much use of car is done. And if I say my car is new, only 5,000 kilometers I have driven, so the use is less. So actually use depends upon kilometers. You know, every car there is a kilometer record, speedometer is there. But tell me, don't you think it is so difficult to find out that how many kilometers you have driven the car for private and how many kilometers for office? Okay, is it possible to maintain the record? You only tell me. Car is used for private use every day. See, she is assuming car is used private only weekends. Why? Tell me, if I am company, I give you the car, tell me full time you are in office, you are in my office only for 8 hours. At home, will you go home? Will you take that car with your family for enjoyment? So private use will be done every day. Office work will also be done every day. Means every day the car is driven for private work also, office work also. And you know, it will be next to impossible to maintain a record of how many kilometers are driven for office and how many kilometers for private. Can you maintain the record? Tell me. See, sometimes you know what will happen. Imagine, employee took the car and he went with his family for a movie. And boss told him, see, when you're going to the movie, do some office work also. Huh? In between only that work will come. So in one journey also many times, private driving, office driving is there. So tell me how to maintain the record. And even if someone says, I will maintain the record, government will never trust it. Because you know what people will say? Oh, company has given me the car, but out of 1 lakh kilometers, 95,000 kilometer was for office use only. And only 5,000 kilometer was my private journey. They will fool. See, you didn't listen to my statement. Firstly, it is very difficult to maintain the record. And even if you maintain the record, it is impossible to believe the record. Because if employee says, I have maintained a record of every kilometer, so obviously employee will always lie. Why you are lying? You want to pay less tax. So obviously employee will say, he can make a diary also. See, 1 lakh kilometers driving was done. Out of that, 95,000 kilometer was for office. Only 5,000 kilometer private journey. He is saying so that only little bit amount will be taxed. So there can be cheating also. That's why government says, we don't want to see your record. We will fix up a standard amount. A standard amount which is provided by the law, that will become taxable. See, basically the struggle was what, how to bifurcate this thing. What bifurcation? That how many kilometers it has been used for private and how many kilometers for office. That bifurcation is never possible because practically it is a record of whole year and every day you have got so many journeys in the car. It's impossible. That's why what government says, we will go by a standard amount approach. There is one standard amount. What is the amount? I will tell you. Government has fixed the amount only and that amount will come in the outer column. In short, look. For fully private use, you will follow this formula. But for partly, there are some standard amounts, not deduction. This will be added in your statement. This is a benefit, car is a benefit. But what amount you will add in the statement? A standard amount given by the government. Now what is the standard amount, I will tell you. But here the rule is of standard amount. Now, what will be the standard amount? For that there are variety of cases. Exempt, and for this there is a format of like this. Okay. Now, partly office, partly private. Can you see note B? Note B means there is a different chart. This is note number B. And this was note number A. Now, go through the chart, then I will explain. Read what is written. Owned by employee, owned by employer. Expense paid by employee, paid by employer, paid by employee, paid by employer. See, this will cover all varieties. Ultimately, you will have to remember some standard amounts. So, what do you mean by this car owned by employee? Means imagine it is your car only. It is your car. And expenses also you are paying. So that is not a benefit only. See, just to cover all varieties, I have written everything. But tell me, here, are you getting any benefit? No. Imagine car is owned by employee. It is your car only. And expenses are also paid by employee. So what benefit you are getting? So see here what I have written. Ignore such items. Such items are to fool you. We are preparing the statement to list down the benefits. And here there is no benefit, no tax. Okay. Now, this case I will take later. First I want to finish these two cases. This, and this will come last. Okay. So try this right hand side part. Car owned by employer. Means imagine you are using the car, but it is whose car? Employer. Boss is owning. Imagine I am your boss. I have given my BMW to you. Use it. So car is owned by employer. And now expenses paid by employee, paid by employer. See, in both the cases you are getting benefit because you are using boss's car. But here you are getting less benefit. Why? Petrol, etc. You will have to fill the petrol. Huh? But at least you are allowed to use boss car. But here you are getting more benefit because petrol also paid by employer. See, when I say petrol, I mean to say car insurance, repair, maintenance, everything is covered. Huh? Law has used the word running and maintenance expenses. So tell me, car is also given by employer, petrol, etc. also paid by employer. So this is the maximum benefit. But here the benefit is little less. So see the amounts. 600 per month, 900 per month, 1800 per month, 2400 per month. These are all per month. Now see, here it is 600 per month and 900 per month. That depends upon the engine capacity of the car. Engine capacity. Imagine boss has given you Wagon R. Wagon R, a small car which is not having a very big engine, then the benefit is small. Then the amount will be 600 per month. Actually, law doesn't say Wagoner. Huh? What I meant to say, if you are getting a small car having a very low capacity of engine, and you know how do you measure the engine capacity? CC. If the car is having the capacity of up to 1600 cc, it is called the engine capacity is moderate. But you know, big cars, many times you see Skoda, Mercedes, BMW, they have got very strong engine. So strong engine means the capacity is greater than 1600 cc. Then the amount will be big. It's logical. If you are using a big car, Skoda, Mercedes, BMW, then amount will be big, no? And if it is small car, then amount will be small. But here small and big doesn't mean the size of the car. Huh? Engine capacity. Engine will decide. See, sometimes a car will be very small, but it has got a very tough engine. Then it will become a big car for us. Okay. So when I say big car, small car, literally it doesn't mean the size. Huh? It depends upon the engine capacity. And that will be given in the question. What do you mean by CC? Cubic capacity. So when I say 1600 cc, I mean to say 1600 cubic capacity. And many times this cc is mentioned in the vehicle also. I remember I used to drive a bike when I was in college. It was Yamaha RX 100. 100 was the cubic capacity. It was 100 cc bike. That was a bike. Huh? Right now we are discussing about a car, but I am just sharing one example. I used to ride Yamaha in my college time, and that was 100 cc. Hero Honda 150 cc. So that cc is the cubic capacity. But the bikes have a capacity of 100, 150 only. But car is having a good engine. In short, engine capacity is measured in terms of cc. See, sometimes in the question they will give like this, huh? Greater than 1.6 liters. This is another way of saying greater than 1600 cc. Whether you call 1600 cc or you call 1.6 liter, it's one and the same. Because in the exam they might say the car has an engine capacity of 2 liters. Oh, 2 liters means 2000 cc. 1.8 liters, 1800 cc. 1.5 liter, 1500 cc. So if they write liters, it will be 1.5, 1.6 something. If it is cc, it will be 1500 cc, 1600 cc accordingly. Tell me, wait, what to do with this 600, 900? Directly put in the outer column. See, actually it all started with bifurcating will be headache. What headache? Tell me here, what did I say? Actually, if I go to bifurcate this, what bifurcation? How much is office use, how much is private use, we will go mad. And even if an employee says, I have kept a record, government will never believe. That's why we are not going on actual basis. We are going on standard amount basis. So that's why, this working should not be done if the car is for partly office, partly private. We will directly put this amount directly in the outer column. Okay. Can you guess here the amounts will be small or big? Why? Benefit is increased. See, car is owned by employer. Expenses are also paid by employer. So that means you are getting more benefits. So amount will be more. So see what is the amount here. 1800 per month if the car is up to 1600 cc. Otherwise 2400 per month if the car is having a greater engine capacity. So these 4 amounts you have to by heart. Okay, now tell me, what do you mean by this expenses? Expenses paid by employee means only running and maintenance expense. If driver is also provided by the boss, then your happiness will reduce or increase? You should imagine as if you're an employee and company says you will also get a driver. We will arrange the driver, don't worry. So now everyone getting a driver means you don't have to drive. Driver will be there, so benefit will increase. So these amounts will increase. So see, I have written here, read. Add 900 per month if employer provides a driver. Means these amounts will remain the same. Plus 900. You have to add 900. See here when I said expense, it was not including driver. Huh? It was only the running and maintenance expense if paid by employee like this. If paid by employer like this. But then what about driver? For driver you apply a separate thought. If you feel boss is providing driver, add 900 more. And if you feel no, boss is not giving me driver, or if there is a driver, I am paying his salary from my pocket, then ignore driver. Only if company provides the driver, arranges for you, then your benefit will increase by 900 per month. Full chart is over except this thing. Now, before this, do one thing. I will just test you in one question. Try this. You think, then I will explain. Now tell me, what did I say? Should you go as per the sum or as per my system? System. So see, our system says first you have to check car mein char. Car mein char means there are 4 possibilities in car. You have to check that. You know, I say like this, look here please. Car mein char and chauthe mein fir char. Means what? In fourth case, again there are 4 possibilities. Did you see? This was further bifurcated into 4 possibility. How? Check. See here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are further 4 cases. So best is it rhymes, na? In Hindi it's rhyming. Car mein char and chauthe mein fir char. Again 4 possibility in the 4th case. So find out we are in which case. Our question is in which case. Is it fully office, office to residence, fully private or partly? It is partly. So see, I know I am going by long cut, but I want to explain how a student should think. If your thinking is proper, you will always go right. So first I will check it is in which case. So this is this case. Because in the question they have written partly office, partly private. Okay, then now next is in this again there are 4 possibilities. So use this chart now. Check, is the car owned by employee or owned by employer? See, are you noticing here in the chart, first we see the ownership and then we say who pays the petrol, etc. So first see the ownership. Owned by employee, owned by employer. Check in our question. Employer. Because the word free. Tell me if it was your own car. Will anyone tell you? Use the car free. Free use. It is your car, obviously you will use it. The word free is suggesting what? Oh, it is employer's car, but you are allowed to use free. See, I am making you understand how to interpret the words. The word free use will say, oh, it is car owned by employer. So do you agree it is this case? Now what I will check? Who is paying the running and maintenance expenses? Check in the question. See here it was running and maintenance expense paid by employee. So in my chart, where do I fall? Here. So we are precisely in this case. Now the next question is, should I take 600 or 900? That depends upon the engine capacity. Now engine capacity in the question, is it given? No. It is not given. Always assume up to 1600 cc. You know why? Your assumption should be such which is more common in the real life. Tell me, if you walk on the road, tell me majority car you will find Mercedes, BMW, Skoda, big cars, or local cars? Local cars you find it more. Okay, so nothing is given. Most commonly seen cars are up to 1600 cc. Even Honda City is up to 1600 cc. So nothing is given. The best assumption is up to 1600 cc. So see, look, First, it is car owned by employer because free use. This they have written in the question, it's paid by employee. And this I am assuming the car is up to 1600 cc. So amount is decided 600 per month. Now, will you add driver? If employer provides driver, let us check in the question. Oh, driver's salary. See, paid by employer should be no paid by employer. Company is paying. Wow. So happiness will increase. So you will add 900. So finally, what is the conclusion? 600 plus 900 plus this is per month. Total is 1500. Multiply by 12. This will come directly in the outer column. Okay, directly. And are you noticing? I didn't bother to see what was the cost of the car. What is the petrol expense? See, actual amounts are not seen. See, when do you go as per the actual amount? Fully private. Partly, ignore actual standard figure. Okay, tell me, I will make one change. What if it was fully private? Please help me. What if this was fully private? Fully private means you have forgotten this thing. So 10% of depreciation you will take. So tell me, car is costing 8 lakhs, 10% 80,000. See, I am assuming it's fully private. What if it was fully private? So 10% depreciation is 80,000. Then, if paid by employer, running a maintenance, if paid by employer. So is it paid by employer? No. Then don't take. Then, driver's salary if paid by employer. If paid by employer. Is it paid by employer? Yes. Then add. So 3,000 into 12, 36,000. And depreciation of the car, 80,000. 80,000 plus 36,000. 1,16,000. This would have been the answer if the car was fully private. So best is fully private. You see the question, see the amounts, accordingly decide. But if it is partly, ignore the amounts given in the question, go as per standardized amount. Okay. Last thing remaining here. What is remaining? Car owned by employee, expense paid by employer. See, I want you to imagine, because see, if you imagine this, it will become simple for you. Everyone imagine you are having your own car. See, what is a car owned by employee? Whichever car you like, you imagine you are having your own car. And it is your car only. So boss is telling, oh, you are already having the car. I was thinking of giving the car, but it's okay, you already have the car. Don't worry, I will give the money for petrol, etc. So it's a benefit. But now, whatever, let's assume I gave for your petrol 40,000. Please remember the amount. For your petrol, etc. I gave you 40,000. And car is owned by you. For petrol, I gave 40,000. It's a benefit. But will you pay tax on full 40,000? No, because 40,000 money given for petrol is not entirely used in private life. Partly office, partly private. Don't forget, we are discussing which case. Partly. So although I am giving you 40,000 for petrol, etc., don't consider full 40,000 as a benefit. Because out of 40,000, some petrol was used in office work. So you know what you will do? From 40,000, you will deduct one standard amount. Because we don't know how much was used in office work. But 40,000 you have to keep in mind. What is 40,000 in my example? Money given by the boss for petrol. So from 40,000 you will deduct a standard amount. You know how much? 1,800 per month. If it is a car up to 1,600 cc. 2,400 per month if it is a car greater than 1,600 cc. This amount you will deduct. Balance will be taxable, outer column. Means here the approach is a little different. You have to remember standard amount, but for minusing. First 40,000, this kind of amount will be given in the question. They will give you some 40,000, 50,000, some figure will be given. That much company gave you. But you should know that full amount cannot be taxed because company gave me, but half of the amount means some portion used in private, some portion used in office. So fully it will not be taxable. So you have to remove the office component. Office component is based on a standard figure, 1800 or 2400. And once you remove the office component, balance is assumed as a private component and that will be taxable. So here the approach is little different. See, read what is given. Total amount received from employer, which in my example was 40,000. Then less fixed amount for office use. Because see, actually from 40,000, how much petrol you used in office work, no one knows. Because while filling the petrol, you fill up the full tank. But when you use the petrol, you don't know where you are using it. So from the 40,000, some portion is office, but how much? Standard amount. How much? 1800 or 2400. That you will minus. Balance will be taxable. See that 1800, 2400 depends upon the type of your car. You are having a very small car. Then 1800, but your car is Mercedes BMW. Then 2400. Okay. And imagine this 40,000 plus I give you 10,000 more for driver also. Means now I give you 50,000. Then the standard amount will be 1800 plus 900. Because company is also giving plus something. See, in my first example I gave 40,000 only for petrol. But now I am saying keep 40,000 for petrol, 10,000 for driver. So I am giving you 50,000. So standard amount to be deducted will be not just 1800, it will be 1800 plus 900. And for big car, 2400 plus 900. See, I have put an asterisk mark, can you see here? This means these amounts have to be increased by 900 per month, okay? Provided the money given by boss is not just for petrol, it is for driver also, okay? You know why did I take this case? Because this is a little weird case. Because here you know, it is your car only. You are simply getting reimbursement of petrol. And see, one thing is for sure, entire amount cannot be taxed. Because whatever reimbursement you are getting, some portion is for office work also, no? So some portion will be exempt. So finally the theory of car is over. Summary. Look at the summary, very nice summary. In this everything is covered. Tell me, if car is given for fully office work, then you will put a dash. I am rewinding everything. Office to residence, dash. Fully private use, then depreciation, higher charges plus running and maintenance expense if paid by employer. Driver's salary if paid by employer. You know what is this thing? This thing is the same thing. Okay. But that is when if it is fully private use. So this way you will have to calculate the amount. And if it is, what is POPP? Partly office, partly private use. Then there is a standard amount. But see, standard amount, be careful. Huh? In these cases, that standard amount will go directly in the outer column. But in this case, standard amount will be deducted. What? Given amount, then deduct the standard amount. But in last two cases, whatever is the standard amount, directly put it in the outer column. Okay. Do one thing, try this question. Will you go as per the sum or as per my system? Car mein 4. So this is which case? Fully office, office to residence, fully private or partly? Fully private. And as soon as you see fully private, you know, this image should come in front of your eyes. This image. And start working on it. Depreciation. So let's take depreciation. 2 lakhs is the cost of the car. 10% is the depreciation, 20,000. And then running maintenance expense if paid by employer. But question is silent about it. So ignore it. Then driver's salary if paid by employer. But question is silent, so ignore it. So that's it, 20,000. Okay. Then try this. Free use of car for partly private. So tell me, car mein 4. So this is which case? Fully office, office to residence, fully private or partly? Partly. So it is the fourth case. And with चौथे में फिर 4. In fourth case there are again 4 cases. How was that? Car owned by employee, owned by employer. Expense paid by employee, paid by employer, paid by employee, paid by employer. So tell me, first do you agree it is partly office, partly private? So immediately this picture should come to your mind. Now check, it's very simple. First see the ownership. Who is owning the car? See, here you have to see the word free. Free means obviously it is employer's car, that's why the word is free. For your own car, they will not use the word free. So it's owned by employer. Then who is paying the expenses? Wait. Expenses paid by employer. Oh, that means it is which case? Owned by employer and expense paid by employer. So now you have to decide between 1800 and 2400. Nothing is given, car is up to 1600 cc, so you will take 1800. Now you have to think about driver also. Should I add a driver? Depends upon the question. In the question, they have not mentioned anything about the driver. So ignore driver. So finally answer will be 1800 per month into 12. That will go directly in the outer column. Okay. So this way you have to do. So theory of car is over. Theory, yes. See, her doubt is what you know. When allowance is given for office to resident, look at this. Her doubt pertains to this thing. What? When a car is arranged for office to residence journey, it is fully exempt. But when company gives you allowance, it is taxable. Because see, when you get allowance, you get a fixed amount in your salary. Maybe you might be coming walking in the office. You are staying nearby. You are coming walking in the office. Or maybe you are spending very less. But government says you are getting money. You will have to pay tax. But here you are not getting money, na? There is a company's bus. So you are liking it. That company's bus will come, they will pick up, drop. Or company's car will come, they will pick up, drop. You like it, but you are not getting money. See, whatever you say, money has a different impact. See, if I tell you, I will make you eat some snacks. And as compared to if I say, I will give you 500 rupees, you will be more happy with 500. But if I give you some snacks, treatment, coffee, tea, etc., means it is not money. You are liking it, but nothing in comparison to money, right? So in allowance you are given money. So that government will tax you. Yes, if you are handicapped employee, then you need the money. Then it is exempt up to 3,200 per month. But here it is allowance, so perquisite. Here company is not handing over some money cash. They have arranged a bus for employees pick up drop, or they have kept a car for employees pick up drop. You like it, but after all you are not getting money. So this is exempted by government. By the way, see that commutation allowance I am talking about, even that was earlier exempt always. Nowadays they have exempt only for physically handicapped. But in my few batch, means 2-3 batch backward if I go, I used to teach commutation allowance always exempt. It was always exempt for all employees. But later on in the budget they made a change that we will not exempt for everyone, only for physically handicapped. Anyways, in the question you will be able to make out. If it is allowance, they will write allowance. Then you will go as per the rule of 3,200 if he is a physically handicapped, otherwise taxable. And if it is this thing, the language will be free use of car for office to residence, or free pick up and drop between office and residence. then here it will be always exempt, whether you are physically handicapped or a normal employee, always exempt. See, the law changes the treatment, whether it is allowance or perquisite, the treatment will change, okay. So car facility is done. Main you have to remember this thing for fully private and this thing for partly office, partly private, okay. Now see here, look. Please help me highlighting what is done. Car facility is done, okay. Now only one thing is remaining, transfer of movable asset. Let us finish this, okay. This is simple also. It will get over fast. Tell me what is transfer of movable asset? Ownership is given. For example, boss will tell you, this BMW, you keep it. It's your. But you just give me 2 lakhs rupees for this. Market value of the BMW is 50 lakhs, huh? But you give me 2 lakhs only. Means boss is selling you the asset, but at a very lower price or maybe zero price. But here ownership is completely transferred. It can be car or anything. See, the rule says transfer of movable asset, okay. Means it is not for immovable, huh? Because house no company will give to the employee. Why will company sell the house to employee? Companies have the tendency of allowing the employee to use the house. They never transfer. But sometimes company has got a used car, used laptop. They might give the ownership to the employee at a nominal price. So we are discussing that scenario where you are given the ownership at a nominal price. Okay, this you can actually work out with common sense. Now look, imagine I have got one laptop. It is company's laptop, huh? I have used for so many years, but now I don't need it. So I gave you an offer. You want this laptop? Employee said yes, I am happy to take it. You just give me 5,000 for this. So for 5,000 rupees I sold you the laptop. Laptop is not worth 5,000, huh? I myself purchased for 1 lakh. But I used it. Now I am giving you for 5,000. So can you feel the benefit here? Although you are paying 5,000, it is not free of cost, but 5,000 is a nominal charge. So tell me how to decide what benefit you got. I will give you the data, I repeat the data. The laptop had cost me 1 lakh. The laptop had cost me 1 lakh. But that is an old laptop. I had purchased 2-3 years back. It is used laptop, huh? Second hand. Now I am giving you for 5,000 only. So you know what you will do? In my example, did you listen? What did I say? I had purchased a laptop for 1 lakh rupees. That is the original cost. That was 2-3 years back. So I will have to find out the written down value. What is its value today? Because I am selling it today for 5,000. So I need to find out its written down value. So 1 lakh is my original cost. So I will depreciate, and let's assume its current WDV comes to 45,000. Random figure, huh? 45,000. And now I give it for 5,000. Then you will feel, wow, although the computer was of 1 lakh, but today its WDV is 45. But boss is charging me only 5,000. So that gives you a benefit of 40,000, that will be taxable. In short, the formula is WDV minus sale price. Am I right? WDV 45,000 and sale price means the price at which it is sold to the employee. That difference will be the taxable amount. That's it. Look here. Yes, how to calculate WDV I will tell you, but wait. Look at this. Transfer of movable asset. Just see this what I have written. WDV minus selling price. Logic you understood. WDV shows what? Its current value. Written down value, it's the current value. And if it is say 45,000 and if I sell it for 5,000, obviously you will feel the benefit of 40,000. So that 40,000 will be taxable. But now, selling price will be given in the question. WDV you will have to find out. and that depends upon the type of the asset. See, WDV everyone knows it is cost minus depreciation. But how much depreciation? If computer or laptop is sold, 50% depreciation. Written down value method, reducing balance method, WDV method. At what rate? 50%. I will tell you the logic behind the 50% also. Huh? So tell me, if a laptop was purchased by me for 1 lakh 5-6 years back, so I will minus 50%, 50%, 50%, and then I will find out the current WDV, and then compare with the selling price. Difference will be your benefit. Okay. See, do you understand why do you take different? WDV it's the true value, but if you have to pay less, so difference is your benefit. But then how did I calculate WDV? How did I calculate? Cost minus depreciation at the rate of 50%. If it is car, 20% depreciation. If it is some other asset, 10% depreciation, but straight line method. Now I will have to explain the logic behind why 50 year, why 20 year, why 10 year. Yes, you know, computers' life is very short. Technology keeps changing, and whenever the life of the asset is small, rate of depreciation is higher. You understand this? Smaller the life, higher the rate. Tell me why I'm saying computer has a short life. Technology will change. Every 2-3 years you find some new technology. Windows 11, Windows 12, Windows 15. So every time new technology comes, so our laptop or computer becomes outdated. So we say they have a very small life. And whenever the life is small, the rate is big. 50% depreciation. But motor car doesn't have a very small life. Huh? Car will have a decent life. So the rate is 20%. And here we are going as per WDV method. But in other assets we are going as per straight line method. You know why straight line? Because in other asset then can be anything. It can be a washing machine. It can be sofa. It can be a television, air condition. But we don't know. And see, every asset has a different life. So we have standardized 10% SLM. See, here looking at the type of the asset we decided the rate. Here nature of the asset has decided the rate. Computer, we feel, oh, computer has a very small life. So it was computer specific 50%. That's why we took WDV method also. Here it is car. Oh, car is not having very short life. So 20%. But here we are not bothered to say. It is a general asset. It can be anything. So 10% SLM. Because see, if government will make the rate for each and every asset, the law will become so complicated. See, computer and car, why special rates are given? Because in practical life, transferring computer and car is very common. Think practical also sometimes. Imagine you are working in some company. Is it not possible company might give away the laptop to you? Because companies have got many laptops. And sometimes some laptop is not needed by the company, they might sell it. So this is very common. Even car, many times boss keeps upgrading its standard. So currently he was using Honda City. Now he wants to buy BMW. So you might think, Honda City I don't want, you want it? He might sell to employee. Means selling to employee a laptop or car is very common. That's why special rule for that. But then rule has to be exhaustive. It should not miss anything. That's why at the end government says other assets. Practically other assets transferred is rarely possible. But law says anything is possible. What if some other item is transferred? To go as per this rule. In short, nothing is exempt. Huh? See, are you noticing this chart is same as the chart of use? See, this is transfer of movable asset, transfer. There was use also, use, the chart of use. The structure of the chart is ditto same. Computer, car, others. And in the theory of transfer also, computer, car, others. So please compare and understand. When you are given laptop to use, it is exempt. Logic was what? It is company's self-interest. Company has purposely given you the laptop so that you can work from home also, at night also. In office you are working, at home also you will have to work. That's why laptop was given. So this government didn't feel like taxing. And it was simply for use now. But then in transfer theory what is happening? You are given the ownership. That you will love it. It's your laptop now at a very nominal price. Then it will be taxable. I am comparing. Then if you are given the use of car, car mein 4. See, to be discussed separately I told earlier. Now I have discussed. What is the treatment of car? Car mein 4 and chauthe mein again 4. Okay. Other assets, here it was depreciation and all. See, here why did we go as per depreciation? Because you are simply using. And by using boss's asset, you are depreciating it. But tell me here what I am doing. Am I taking depreciation or the difference in WDV sale price? Difference in WDV sale price, because it has become yours forever. See, why did I compare, because after some time you will feel messed up. Use, transfer. So whenever the things are, getting mixed up, it is better to analyze. In the chart of use, what was the case? In the chart of transfer, what was the case? So tell me without looking. In use, computer use, exempt. Car use, car mein 4. Okay, that we discussed. Other asset depreciation or higher charges. That was if it is use. And in transfer, whether it is computer, car, other, everything is taxable. Everything is taxable based on WDV minus selling price. But how to find WDV, that depends upon whether it is computer, car or other asset. If it is computer, 50% depreciation by WDV method. Car, 20% depreciation by WDV method. Other asset, 10% straight line method. Okay. Last thing, then I will go. Tell me, depreciation you will calculate for how many years? So see, if I tell you, there is one laptop which I purchased 5 years back. I used it. Now I am giving to my employee at a very nominal price. But I used for 5 years. So 5 years depreciation you have to calculate to find out the return, down value. It looks very simple, but it's not simple. Try this example. You understood the question first? See, there is a car. Please feel, I am your boss. I have a car which had cost me how much? 8 lakhs. Okay. I am selling you for 1 lakh only. You are my employee, okay? I am selling for 1 lakh, but it had cost me how much? 8 lakhs. But when did I buy? When did I buy? 23rd June 2020. And I am selling you when? 5th December 24. So try on your own. See, answer you will not be able to get because there is some technical point. See, firstly, do you agree? This car had cost me 8 lakhs. But this 8 lakhs, when did I spend? Now or long back? When? In the year 20. 23rd June 20. So this is old cost. So you have to bring it to the current year. WDV. But how many years depreciation Look. Year depreciation is not based on financial year. It is not based on April to March, April to March, April to March. It is to be calculated cut to cut, date to date. You have to go as per the exact date. When did precisely boss purchase the car? So 23rd June 2020 becomes the start point. From here you have to measure one year. See, normally when you calculate depreciation, it is year wise. Do you agree? And year can be usually what you think? April to March, April to March. But here you will not go April to March, you will go cut to cut from the precise date. So tell me, 23rd June 2020, if the year starts, when will the year end? 22nd June 21. You know one thing, the year ending date is one day prior. Like when year starts on 1st Jan, it's end on 31st December. 31st December is what? The day prior to 1st Jan. Means I am trying to say the ending date is always one day before. So tell me, your first year is what? 23rd June 20 to 22nd June 21. This completes 1 year. Then second year will start on 23rd June 21 and it will end on 22nd June 22. This way you have to see how many years have passed. Now, any year which is in fraction, ignore it. Law says you have to take complete years. It is my words, but it is not my rule. The rule is given in the law. Firstly, law says you will take from cut to cut, date to date, and incomplete years should be ignored. You will take complete years. Can you see my first year is 2021, second year is 21-22, third year is 22, and this way see, finally when the car was sold to employee, when was the car sold to employee? 5th December. Means till 5th December the car was with the boss. Then I gave it to the employee. But when did I give 5th December? And where is 5th December 24? It falls here and this year is incomplete. See, my year is from 23rd June to 22nd June, 23rd June to 22nd June, 23rd June to 22nd June. And this way see 20, 21, 21, 22, 22, 23, 23, 24. And then this last year is starting from 23rd June 24. And then in the middle only the car was transferred. See, you have to draw the lines like this, you will automatically understand. But the base should be actual purchase date. For example, I give my laptop to my employee, so I have to first see what was the actual purchase date. That will be given in the question. Here it is 23rd June, it can be 19th August. So you have to take from actual date of purchase, that way you have to count one year. But the year which is incomplete should be ignored. So tell me, if I ignore this last year, see what law says, you will take depreciation only for complete years, completed years. So the last one is completed year or incomplete? Incomplete. So ignore it. So how many years have done there? So you will calculate depreciation for 4 years. At what rate? Car means 20%. So will you check the answer? Look, first year depreciation 20%. What is 8 lakhs? Original cost of the car. Original cost when purchased. So 8 lakhs is the cost. First year depreciation 20%, 1,60,000. Then it is reducing balance method, WDV method. 6,40,000, 20% of that is 1,28,000. So this way 1, 2, 3, 4 years depreciation I have taken. And how did I calculate 4 years? Check here. 1, 2, 3, 4. This way 4 years. And then WDV comes to 3,27,680. Now what? Wait, what is the meaning of 3,27,000? This is the value of the car today. And if employee is told, you pay only 1 lakh. So employee will be happy, wow, the car has a value of 3,27,680 and you have to pay just 1 lakh. It's a good deal. So what is the benefit? That will come in the outer column of the statement. See, only thing is this working was very important. And you will be able to always do it. Only thing is you have to keep in mind when you take depreciation, you will start from exact actual purchase date by the employer. From that date, you have to make one year, one year, but you have to keep a track. When is the sale date? See, one year you will keep making one year, but you have to stop. Where will you stop? Date of sale. And wherever the date of sale falls, that year you ignore it. See, why did I put 5th December here only? Because see, my last slab was 23rd June 24 to 22nd June 25. And our date falls in the middle of that. So that year you should ignore it. Wherever it falls in this year I will ignore and I will take only the completed years. See, in the law they have written like this. Please listen to this legal language. Depreciation will be computed for completed years starting from the date of purchase by the employer up to the date of sale to the employee. Did you listen? Depreciation will be calculated for the completed years. This incomplete year will not be taken. It will be calculated for the completed year starting from the date of purchase by the employer, which is 23rd June year, up to the date of sale. See, up to the date of sale means incomplete year you have to ignore. So that way it comes to 4 years. And see, once you understood this, trust me, you solve 1,000 questions, your answer will always come. It is just here it is car. If it is computer, the thing will be same. Only thing is percentage will be 50%. In computer, what was it? 50%. If it is some other asset, then 10%. See, this you can easily manage. This is not a big deal. The challenging part is how many years depreciation you will cut to find out the WDV. For this, this is the best technique. Just make timelines like this. Automatically you will be able to find out how many years are completed. Take that incomplete year, ignore it. So this completes this theory. Transfer of movable asset is over, okay? But I would request you, please solve one question with me. Reason is what you know, that will cover house and car, which were the major perquisite in today's lecture. See, today other things like lunch, gift, they were small things. But the major perquisite discussion today was house and car. That if we solve today once, at least we will have the feeling of completion. Okay? Just one question, then I will leave. Okay? And then substantially the topic is over. Question number 14, last thing for today. Okay, see here. His doubt is what you know. The thing what I was discussing right now. Car or laptop given to the employee at a nominal price. Can't we treat it as a gift? Because in income from other sources, we studied no price, low price. So here it was happening like this only. Company gave his car at a low price. Firstly, that concept is applicable in income from other source. But here you are getting it from other people or boss. And once boss gives, it is no, don't use the knowledge of income from other source. But sir, in salary chapter also there is a treatment of gift, na? Gift up to 5,000 exempt. So can't we treat this as a gift? Gift theory was there or not? Up till 5,000 exempt. In kind. Remember that or not? So can't we treat this as a gift, this thing? In income from other source point of view, even this is a gift item. But no. In this chapter, gift means something given on occasion. In this chapter. See, in income from other source, the ambit, the scope was broad. Anything you get, either no price or low price, will be regarded as a gift. But that was only in income from other source. But in this chapter, our mentality is what you know, gift is something which is given on occasion, like birthday, anniversary, etc. Then 5,000 rule will apply. But tell me, this thing, look at this. Is this happening on some occasions? This is simple transfer of asset at a nominal price. Don't treat it like a gift. Yes, from the knowledge of income from other source point of view, we treated such items also as gift. But that was a different chapter. In this chapter, gift rule of 5,000 will apply only if it is on occasions. Okay. So we are solving question number 14. Keep the statement ready. You know, this question will cover all the major things which we studied today. I am also ready. This is my statement of income from salary. Okay. Let us start. First point. Basic salary 7,000 per month. So multiply by 12, 84,000. Right. Then next is DA in terms. This is also taxable. 2,000 per month, multiply by 12, 24,000. Arrears of salary, taxable, 40,000. Then advance salary, taxable, 14,000. Bonus of 2021 received in 24-25. Tell me, will you ignore this saying that it is an old bonus? Although it is of old year, but it is taxable on receipt basis. Received now, taxable now. So we will have to take it. 25,000. See that rule, look, no past, no future, only present. That's applicable in Bada Bakkam. And that Bada Bakkam you have to do if the question has house. Keep that rule different. Huh? In the statement, follow the regular rules. Tell me, what will you do with this? Bonus declared for 24-25. Tell me, what is PY? You know, in income tax, every year is called previous year only. And what is our previous year? 24-25. So bonus declared for the previous year 24-25, 30,000, but out of which 10,000 is received. So 10,000 is taxable. Balance not received, ignore it. Bonus is taxable purely on receipt basis. Interest-free loan, 2 lakhs. Tell me, what did I explain for interest? First check, is the loan for specified disease? If it is a loan for specified disease, just put a dash. Okay, so it is not for specified disease. Then you will check 20,000. If loan up to 20,000, put a dash. Greater than 20,000, take your calculator, start calculation. So tell me here the loan is what? More than 20,000, it is 2 lakhs. So you will have to calculate the interest benefit. And how to calculate? Loan amount multiply by SBI rate, which is 15.5 minus actual rate is 0%. Why actual rate is 0%? Interest free loan means boss is not charging you any interest. See, many students don't realize the word interest free means it is boss charging 0% interest. See, for this, what formula I had given, you know, look here. I want you to see once. Loan amount multiply by SBI rate minus actual rate. SBI rate is 15.5%. Actual rate 0 because it is interest free. So multiply by 2 lakhs, how much it is? 31,000. So 31,000 will come in the outer column. So you can write interest benefit also. Huh? I have written the interest free loan, but I would prefer you to write always interest benefit. See, we never write the loan amount in the statement. Loan is a liability and statement is of incomes and benefits. Benefit is 15.5% rate, but you have to pay only 0%. So that difference becomes your benefit. 31,000. Now next point is what? See, in come light, I have discussed various perquisites. Correct? So now make a rule. Any perquisite you find which sir has not explained in come light, taxable. Thing which required discussion, I have discussed it. Okay. So in case you find anything new which you will feel, sir never explained this, but don't worry, it will be taxable. Because see, in world anything is possible. Anything they can give it in the question. But you have to be firm with your knowledge. Did I discuss this in come light? No. What is the point? Electricity supply. So it was not discussed, so it is fully taxable. So this way, see, be prepared, any random thing can come in the question, but it will be taxable. But by the way, let me tell you, in come light, some things are still remaining, which I have kept it for the next lecture. Hardly small things are there, but other than come light, anything you come across in the question, it will be taxable. So here it was electricity supply. What was the amount? 12,000. See, are you understanding? By writing 12,000 outer column, what are we saying? Employee has to pay tax on this. But why? Imagine at your home free electricity supply comes. Means you don't have to pay the bill. Money saved is also income. See, understand, income doesn't mean income. If your expense is also saved, wow, so that is also income. So your free electricity means you don't have to pay electricity bill. So your expenditure is saved, even that is income, and income is always taxable. So this will be taxable. Then what was the next point? Free use of car for partly private use. Car mein char. So this is which case? Fully office, office to residence, fully private or partly? Partly. And even in partly, there are again 4 cases. Car owned by employee, owned by employer. So this is owned by employer because of the word free. So this is a case of car owned by employer. Then expenses, who is paying? Paid by employee or paid by employer? Paid by employer. It is mentioned in the question. See, it is paid by employer. So we are in this case. So now you have to take 1800 or 2400. Nothing is given. Always assume up to 1600 cc. So 1800 per month. So multiply. Wait, check for driver also. Because if there is driver, I will have to add 900 per month. But there is no driver. So 1800 multiplied by 12. How much? That comes to 21,600. In wordings, you can always write free use of car. If it is fully private, write fully private. Partly, write partly. Pension from past employer. What will you do with this? See, what do you mean by this? In past, he was doing some job somewhere. He retired from there. And he is getting pension from his old job. And tell me then, what is all this? This is his current job. And see, when you get salary from your current job, old job, after all it is salary, it will come in common statement. So although this pension is from your previous employer, it will come in my statement. And pension means you should check commuted or uncommuted. You remember what I teach or not? It is commuted or uncommuted? How do you know? 1,000 per month. If you get on per month basis, it is uncommuted. So this is uncommuted and fully taxable. How many months you will take? Full 12 months. See, in our earlier question, we used to take only few months because he used to retire in the current year only. But this is his old retirement. Long back he might have retired. So in the current year, full 12 months pension will come. And it is taxable because uncommuted. See, only when they say commuted, you have to use that knowledge. 50%, 33% cross multiply. So this was uncommuted pension, 12,000 fully taxable. Then leave salary. Tell me, how was the chart of leave salary? Go as per the chart. Encash during service, encash on retirement. Then government, non-government. So this is encash during service, fully taxable. How do I know during service? He is not retiring. His service is going on. So this is encashed during service, fully taxable. And they are not even saying it is of his past employer. This is leave salary of his current job. And current job he has not retired, so it is encashed during the service, fully taxable. So 15,000 fully taxable, so here I will write 15,000. Then what is it next? He is provided with a flat in Delhi. Tell me, what did I say? House calculation you should do always at the end. So always at the end. So first finish other things. Do we have any other thing in the question? This is the last thing only, and you should keep it last only. Huh? So tell me, what will you do? Don't go as per the sum, our system. You know what is my system? Look here. Here you will first write what? Value of house, and amount will be blank. Show like this. Value of the house. Amount column we will have to find out. Okay, now tell me, look, in house valuation how will you do? No, go as per the chart. No, first you have to use the knowledge of the chart. Tell me from this, is he government employee, other employee? Other employee. Is it own house or rented house? How to decide this? If it is rented house, they will write rent paid by employer. Is that given in the question? What is this? This is rent charged from the employer. Rent paid by the employer, then only rented. That is not given anywhere. So that means it is rented or own house. Own house. And here, depending upon the population, you have to select the percentage. So tell me, population information is given. They have written Delhi. Delhi is having population in crores. So definitely population is greater than 40 lakhs. So 10% will be done. 10% of Bada Bakkam. Add value of furniture. Less rent charged by employer. Everything is given in the question. See, value of furniture, everything is given. So in working note, how will you start? First calculate Bada Bakkam. Then that furniture, rent charged by boss. But first Bada Bakkam. Basic salary 84,000. Come on, be quick. See, I want you to understand the system, dear. BDA BCM, you have to think everything. Dearness allowance is there. It is there. 24,000. In terms it is. So you will take. Other taxable allowance. No, this way you have to search. Do we have any allowance in the question? You know, don't search in the question. Search in the answer. Is there any allowance? No, no allowance. So Bada Bakkam, A will be dash. Then bonus is there, but you will take current bonus. No past, no future, only present. And that also the received portion. So the bonus which is current year is this one. Huh? See, if you take the amount from the answer, you will take the correct amount. In the question, they have given full bonus. But the taxable is the portion which is received. So how much bonus is received for the current year? 10,000. So 10,000 will come in Bada Bakkam. Am I right? Past bonus you cannot take. Then Bada Bakkam C for commission. Commission is not there in the question. So dash. Now wait. I was waiting for this now. In Bada Bakkam, what is M? Other monetary income other than perquisite. See, don't rush up. Please understand, because this question you might have done. In some other question you will goof up. So understand my method. See, in Bada Bakkam, whenever you search for monetary income, you know what is the technique? See here. Please understand my technique. In the whole statement, first strike off all perquisites. Because in Bada Bakkam, what did I say? Excluding perquisite. Do you remember that? So best technique is what you know. First I will strike off all the perquisites. Please help me in that. Whichever items are perquisite, you tell me. This is basic, this is DA, this is arrear, this is advance. I am searching perquisite. Interest free loan. So see, I will just strike it off. Free electricity is perquisite. How to identify perquisite? Free, paid, reimbursed by employer. Then free use of car is also perquisite. That's it. Because pension is not perquisite. Perquisites are to be ignored. See, if I delete perquisite, out of sight, out of mind. Now from this I want to search. So now from the remaining item I want to search other monetary income. So now I will check like this. See, basic salary, remaining items, basic salary already taken. Dearness allowance already taken. Advance and arrears not allowed. No past, no future. Bonus, past bonus not allowed. Current bonus already taken. So now what is left? Only pension and leave salary. Are they monetary income? Yes. They are monetary income. They will come in Bada Bakam M. You didn't understand my style. My style was strike off all the perquisite. See, you will not do in your answer, but mentally you should strike off all the perquisite. And then from the remaining item you see, is there any income which is monetary which you have not taken yet? Like see, basic salary, all that I have already taken. See, arrears and advance salary were monetary income. But I have specifically told, no past, no future. And even this bonus was past, I cannot take. And current bonus already taken in Bada Bakam. So now what is left? Only pension and leave salary. And they are clearly monetary income. But see, pension is from some other employer. All employer. Remember? What is this? While calculating Bada Bakam, you will take salary from all employer. So although pension is coming from my previous employer, so what? It is monetary income. And all means all. So that's why I took pension. Leave salary also I took, because that is also monetary income. So everything monetary you have to take. Yes? See, pension, see, which I told you retirement benefit you don't take, but which retirement? Current retirement. See, he remembered perfectly. I told you don't take gratuity, etc. because gratuity will be given after retirement, and after retirement you will be houseless. But this is which retirement? Earlier retirement. And this pension while you are getting, you are having the house. See, I pointed out this thing. See, while you are occupying the house, that time whatever you get, you will take. So this pension is in our question. It's a retirement item, but this is from your previous boss. And this you are receiving while you are enjoying the house. See, house you are enjoying throughout the year. And while you are enjoying the house, that time you are getting pension, so it is to be taken. See, if your current job only you have retired, then your current job you retired means your house is taken away. Then post-retirement, if you get any gratuity, voluntary retirement, compensation, retrenchment compensation, all that you will ignore. But that is of the current job. This pension which I am getting, is it my current job or old? Old. And this I am receiving while I am enjoying the house. So it will be calculated in Bada Bakam. Actually this question I have personally created, why? Please understand my feeling. I specially wanted to put something in other monetary income. Because when I see study material question and all past question, you will never find anything in monetary incomes. But I wanted something should come. Because in my past teaching, I am teaching since so many years, many times students ask me, sir, then what will come in other monetary income? So to fulfill the wish of my students, I created a question. See, something like this can come. But if you see study material question, you will hardly find any question. In fact, you will not find any question where you will find what? Other monetary income. They are simple questions only. But I wanted to put something. That's why I put pension in the question. And past employer means that point is also revised. All employers. Okay. So finally my Bada Bakkam is ready. See the presentation. Other monetary income. Then below that you write two things. Pension and leave salary. So now what is the total? 1,45,000. And then if it is rented house, you always take 10%. But this is rented or own house. So you have to see the population, and population of Delhi is too much. So you will take 10%. That comes to 14,500. Now everything is simple. Mainly this monetary income I wanted to explain. Value of furniture, how much? What is the cost of furniture? 2 lakhs. 10% is 20,000. WDV is for confusion. So 20,000. Then less rent charged by employer. Is boss charging anything? Yes, he is charging 1400 per month. So minus 1400 per month. That comes to 16,800. So your answer is 17,700. This answer will come here. Substitute here 17,700. Then total up. Gross salary 3,06,300. Deduction under section 16. Standard deduction 50,000. Entitlement allowance dash profession tax dash 256,300. Now see, in the chapter of salary, few small points are there. They are hardly something. It will get over fast, but sums are remaining. But in sums, trust me, nothing is new. They are all for practice. So tell me how many questions are remaining from our question book. Out of 15 sums, which sums we have done? We have done till 8 over here. And after 8, right now we did 14th. So 9 questions we did. So from 15, 9 we did. 6 are remaining. So I'll do one thing. 6 questions. From that, one question I will have to solve with you, this one, 13th one. So remove one. So 5 questions. 5 questions for homework, and don't take tension of 5. One question is damn simple. See this question. You will find this question is so funny, it will get over in a minute. So it looks like I gave you 5 questions for homework, but it is not a headache. But after that also there are 2 master problems. But that I will not give it today. It will become over for you. Can you see there are 2 master questions here? You know, on exam day you will have to solve only these 2 questions. And trust me, these 2 questions are awesome. Which 2? This one and this question number 2. Okay. But then master problems we will do later. So these are the 5 homework questions. 9, 10, 11, 12 and 15. See, I am requesting you, please revise everything very thoroughly and honestly solve the question. It will become thorough. Okay. Please revise and come. Please revise and come. Please do the homework and come. Please don't ignore me. Underline please. Tomorrow we'll continue same time, same place.